You single?
I'm not. I'm married.
You married?
Yeah.
So you married for real? You just saying?
Yeah, I'm married.
Oh shit! So you for real? Then you really married?
I'm married.
But you could forget him. You could be with me.
I'm married. I'm happily married. I love my husband.
You like to have fun?
Who don't like that?
I mean, we could go out to eat. You know what I mean?
We could probably set that up.
All right. Without your husband too.
Okay.
You drink? You said you do drink.
I drink.
I got a penthouse. I actually live downtown.
Oh yeah? What?
Mhm.
Like where at downtown?
Like by U of H.
Okay.
All right. So how about this? Let's go get a drink
Okay.
and then go back to my crib.
You got hookah at your house?
I got hookah.
All right.
So we gonna go to my house. Then what?
It's cool. I don't feel no serial killer vibes.
It's sad though. The fact that you would even consider going back to another man's house, like, that's crazy. But I need to tell you that your husband should be ashamed of you. You can go ahead and get out of my car. You on YouTube, so say hi to YouTube, and your husband gonna see this probably.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. So today I want to talk about things that you shouldn't be doing when you are in a committed relationship, and even more important, when you are married. There are certain things, unwritten rules that should be, easily understandable for everyone, especially for us women, things that we shouldn't be doing. First, because you're putting yourself in a bad position. You might be putting yourself in a dangerous position. You are putting your boyfriend's, husband's reputation at risk. You're making your whole relationship and him as a person literally look stupid. So let's talk about one thing that some people might give her credits for. She told him, the guy that she went into the car with, she told him that she was married and she was happily married. So let's just say that's a good job. You did very good, girl. But the thing is, what are you doing in his car in the first place? This is not someone you know. This is not someone you've been friends with. This is not someone you met after a long time and your husband knows the person as well. No, this is a stranger that invited you into his car and you went comfortably into the car and you're even looking to go on a date to have dinner or lunch, whatever, with this individual that you don't know. And it gets worse because you have no issues going to another man's house and do what? What are you guys going to do? So this is just disrespectful to your husband. It is disrespectful to your relationship. And it is actually disrespectful to yourself being a married woman, because there's no reason why you should be entertaining this type of conversation, this interaction in the first place. So what I'm not trying to say is that, oh, because you're in a relationship, or oh, because you're married, you cannot talk with someone. You can talk with people. Sometimes you're at the supermarket, someone asks you a question, you are free to answer and say, hey, yeah, I got this from here and there. Or if you go down the road and go right, you can find whatever you're looking for. Or someone says hi and you're just like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Good, thank you, that's fine. You can interact with people, but everything has limits and boundaries. I don't see any reason for you going to another man's house, stepping into another man's car, and this is a man that you don't know. There's no friendship that has been established previously. And even if this is your friend, you shouldn't be going to another man's house, especially if your husband or your boyfriend is not aware of that situation. He doesn't know that you're going there. He hasn't given you his approval. You're just putting yourself in a bad position. You're risking your relationship for some so-called fun, because as she said, who doesn't like to have fun, right? And if it's a man that your husband, your boyfriend doesn't know, why are you entertaining that in such a manner? Why do you feel comfortable to go into someone's car, right? I mean, beautiful, good that you show that you're married, but it doesn't mean anything at that point, because your actions are speaking much more louder. Your actions are showing that you don't respect your marriage. You don't respect your boundaries. You're willing to do anything with whoever, and that is really a bad look. So the reason why I said, especially for us women, this is something we shouldn't be doing, because let's assume you're a bit naive and you're just this open-minded, free spirit person. And to you, it's fine. You just want to get to know someone new. You really just want to have fun. But what a lot of women don't understand, especially young women, is that there are certain things that we do that is actually sending a message to man. And that can be, in your mind, okay, we just want to hang out. We just want to have fun. We're just going to go for lunch. We're just going to hang out at your place. You might be thinking that genuinely, which I don't believe a lot of women do, but let's assume you're that naive and you might be thinking that. To a man who approached you, the reason he approached you is not because he wants to be friends with you. Let's get that straight. There are very, very rare situations where a man, he is going to approach you just because he wants to be your friend. Are you kidding me? No. He finds you attractive and he finds you sexually appealing. That's why he approached you. And there's nothing wrong about that, because this is how men are. They are going to go for what they like. And if you now take that step to entertain it and saying, yes, I'm going to come with you to lunch. Women don't think like that. He's going to take you to lunch. He's going to pay. And now don't get me wrong or kind of like mix this up with whatever, feminists like to do. But what you're opening up to, is he's already making one step to getting what he wants, right? Men look at things very straight and simple. He's investing into getting his goal. And if his goal is to get to know you so you can have a sexual relationship, and he might think, oh, she's going to enjoy it when I take you to lunch, it might help me get to the place where I want to be. That is how men see the situation. You coming home to his private space, into his home, that is giving him even much more of a signal that you are comfortable being there with him, especially when he's a complete stranger to you. You're sending the signal that you want this. You want more to happen. And let's stop pretending. We're all adults, right? No man is going to take you to his place because he wants to sit there and chat with you. So if you don't want to sign up for that, don't put yourself in that position. And especially don't put yourself in that position when you are already in a committed relationship, and especially when you are married. These are things that I wouldn't recommend doing because it can turn out dangerous. You don't know who that person is. And I'm not trying to say that every man is crazy out there, but we do need to recognize that there are some people who are crazy. Everybody has different boundaries. What you might think in your mind starts as fun and, all lovey-dovey can end up in an aggressive or bad situation. Your boundaries and his boundaries are completely different, because why? You haven't got to know each other. You don't know what you like, where your icks are and where his icks are, what you dislike, what you like. You haven't gotten there yet, but you're so quick to just jump into someone's car and go into someone's home that you don't know. So I wouldn't recommend that. But these are things that people who are not in a committed relationship are free to do, right? You're an adult. Be careful of what you're doing, but you are free to do it when you're not in a committed relationship, right? But as soon as you're in a relationship, you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, you have a wife, you have a husband, those are things that you need to step away from. And I can see how other people might think, oh, maybe she's in a kind of open relationship, open marriage, polyamorous, whatever, how they call it. But even then, it's a wrong look, because you're not communicating that to that other person. That's why the guy reacted with, your husband should be ashamed, which I completely agree to. Your husband should be ashamed that you're stepping into a stranger's car, willing to go to a stranger's home to catch fun. Like, what is happening? So I want to give the message out to women that don't do this. And don't do this because it's really just a bad look. It can end up completely wrong, right? It can go so left that you cannot imagine. And also, these are exactly the things that we wouldn't want men to do. If you're in a relationship, I don't think most women would be happy seeing their boyfriend going on, taking a girl out, or she's taking him out and then she's driving him to her house and then they're doing whatever, catching fun. I don't think you would be happy with that. So why are we doing this? There's no excuse, in my opinion, for anyone to step into this. And then you're completely alone. You cannot even come up with the idea like, oh yeah, I was out with my girls and one of my girls wanted to go there. And no, you made this choice. You did that on purpose. And let me tell you, girls, even if you're in a relationship, especially when you're in a relationship and you're out with your girls and one of your girlfriends gets approached by a guy and they're kicking it off and they want to go somewhere else that is not a public place. They want to go to that person's home. Don't go. Don't follow. That's not your business anymore. If she's old enough to make that choice, let her have fun. But you're in a committed relationship. You need to respect your boundaries and you need to make sure that you're not making yourself look stupid and you're not making your husband or your boyfriend look stupid, because you are representing him wherever you go. The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you behave, you're representing him. You're representing yourself. You're representing your family. You should have certain standards and priorities that you can stick to. And that is my opinion, but I would assume that a lot of people can agree to this. This is a bad look. It doesn't make sense being married and sitting in a stranger's car because he has a flashy car or what? And then going to have lunch, and then people who know you're going to see you, and then the whole story is going to turn into something else. And it even gets worse, going to his house to do what? What are you guys going to do? However, guys, I hope you enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye.